Mystery 8 Blind Frog Ranch. Nestled deep in the Uinta Basin of eastern Utah lies a place shrouded in shadow and myth. Known as Blind Frog Ranch, it stretches across 160 acres of rugged terrain, an unforgiving slice of land marked by sinkholes, underground caverns, and a reputation that feels older than the land itself. Since its introduction to television, the ranch has taken on a near-legendary status, drawing comparisons to its more infamous cousin, Skinwalker Ranch, just a few miles away. What begins as a treasure hunt gradually shifts into a kaleidoscope of paranormal activity, government conspiracy theories, ancient curses, and inexplicable phenomena. Glowing lights in the sky, malfunctioning equipment, strange artifacts buried deep within the earth. And then there's the underground cave system, seemingly bottomless and laced with veins of heavy metals, perhaps even gold. But not everyone is buying the story. The moment Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch hit the airwaves, it captured the imagination of thousands. But just as quickly, it sowed the seeds of doubt among skeptics, investigators, and longtime followers of fringe television. Some see it as a glossy, dramatized show crafted for ratings, exploiting the aesthetics of truth without ever anchoring itself in real discovery. They watch the episodes with arms folded and brows furrowed, dissecting every moment for cracks in the illusion. From the start, the show ticked every box for those suspicious of its authenticity. The stakes always seemed perfectly timed. Each episode brought a new escalation, more danger, more intrigue, and just enough evidence to hook the audience, but never enough to conclusively prove anything. It was a narrative rhythm some found too convenient to trust. Then there were the characters. Duane Ollinger, the ranch's bold and rugged owner, seemed almost too made for TV. His journey from Texas oilman to treasure-hunting adventurer played like a pitch from a reality show producer, a backstory sculpted to appeal to viewers hungry for high-stakes exploration. Supporting cast members filled archetypal roles: the reluctant skeptic, the spiritual advisor, the hard-nosed engineer, all orbiting a central mystery that never quite solidified. The internet became a battleground. Forums lit up with amateur sleuths pointing out continuity errors, questioning the feasibility of the technology used, and compiling timelines that contradicted the show's official narrative. On Reddit, threads blossomed into deep dives. Viewers zoomed in on screen captures, circled anomalies, and constructed their own theories about what was really going on at Blind Frog Ranch. The most persistent question wasn't about the treasure, the paranormal, or the caverns beneath the earth. It was whether any of it was real at all. Some argued that the lack of third-party involvement raised red flags. Scientific teams, universities, and independent geologists were conspicuously absent from the investigation. Where were the peer-reviewed studies? The professional surveys? If the land was truly home to rare metals, ancient artifacts, or inexplicable phenomena, why hadn't it drawn serious academic interest? Instead, what viewers got were cliffhangers and cinematic reveals, cut together with suspenseful music and reality TV flair. Drills got stuck. Water levels rose mysteriously. Anomalies on radar hinted at something extraordinary, yet every episode ended just before the discovery crossed the line from suggestive to definitive. And still, the story unfolded. Season after season, the ranch seemed to both reveal and obscure its secrets in equal measure. A box was found in a cavern, sealed, metallic, and allegedly radioactive. Speculation exploded online. Was it Spanish gold? Government tech? A hoax planted for entertainment value? The show never quite answered the question, and perhaps it was never meant to. For many, the most compelling evidence against the reality of Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch was the eerie familiarity of it all. It felt like a spiritual sequel to every other mystery reality series that had come before. The tropes were well worn: the mysterious land, the hidden treasure, the inexplicable happenings. To skeptics, the show read like a checklist rather than a discovery. And then there was the ranch's proximity to Skinwalker Ranch, long a hub of paranormal lore. Two locations, so close together, both purporting to be epicenters of the bizarre. Some found it too convenient. It felt staged, as if the Uinta Basin had become the Hollywood backlot of fringe television. If the phenomena were real, why did they align so neatly with the structure of a multi-season TV arc? Others were more charitable. They argued that the show was entertainment. Yes, but that didn't mean it was fabricated. Even if dramatized, it could still be rooted in genuine mystery. Maybe the truth had simply been wrapped in television packaging, the way history is condensed in documentaries or science specials. Is simplified in. They believed the Olinger family was truly searching for something: wealth, legacy, or understanding, and that the land itself held real, albeit unexplained, anomalies. For every claim of fakery, there were counters. Locals who spoke of strange lights in the sky long before cameras rolled. Miners who recounted odd readings from deep within the hills. Whispered stories of treasure maps, coded symbols, and cursed lands passed down through generations. If it was all an illusion, it was one woven from decades of regional folklore. Still, the debate never quieted. Some critics accused the show of playing too loosely with scientific integrity. Radiation levels were measured with handheld devices, yet the data was never released. Hypotheses were floated without peer review. It was a show of maybes and what-ifs, one where proof was always just beyond reach, conveniently out of frame. And then there were the moments that pushed the bounds of plausibility. Equipment failing in the same ways. Lights flickering at the perfect moment. Unmarked helicopters appearing over the property. These events fueled both the faithful and the doubtful. Believers saw them as signs of deeper forces at play, while skeptics called them manufactured tension. What made Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch so divisive wasn't its mystery, but its format. It asked viewers to take a leap of faith without ever showing the ground beneath their feet. It built a house of cards with dazzling flair, yet refused to turn the camera far enough to confirm what, if anything, was real. The show didn't set out to convince as much as to suggest. And in that suggestion, it created space for belief and for doubt. At the heart of the skepticism was a deeper discomfort, a sense that truth was being traded for spectacle. That in the pursuit of views, likes, and ratings, genuine mystery had been dressed up, airbrushed, and turned into content. That the sacred questions of history, science, and the unknown had been fed into the machine of entertainment and spit out as something shinier, but emptier. Still, the ranch stood. Still, the cameras rolled. And maybe that's the final paradox of Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch. Whether real or not, it captured something undeniably human: the hunger for answers in a world that refuses to give them. The thrill of chasing what lies beneath the surface. The haunting feeling that somewhere, in some dark cavern below the earth, there might really be something waiting to be found. In the eastern wilds of Utah, beneath the serrated silhouette of the Uinta Mountains, there exists a place where legend walks hand in hand with spectacle. A place where treasure is said to lie buried beneath the surface, guarded by the silence of stone and the secrets of centuries. Its name is Blind Frog Ranch, a stretch of land so enigmatic, it has become the backdrop for one of television's most curious docuseries. From the moment Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch aired, it stirred a storm of fascination. The series invited viewers into a world of underground tunnels, geological oddities, and hidden vaults. Ancient artifacts surfaced from the mud. Radioactive boxes were pulled from flooded caverns. Unmarked helicopters traced circles overhead. All the while, a story unfolded, half treasure hunt, half paranormal investigation. But beneath the excitement and allure, beneath the layered dirt and heavy-handed music cues, a quieter narrative began to take root, one of suspicion. There are those who believe mystery at Blind Frog Ranch is not real, not in the way it presents itself, not in the clean-cut form of documentary truth. They see it as something else entirely, a performance masked as discovery, a crafted myth wrapped in the garments of reality TV. They point not to what the show reveals, but to what it withholds. To the gaps, the improbabilities, the perfectly timed discoveries. To the sense that the ranch itself is less a place of phenomena and more a stage. To some, it begins with the land itself. Blind Frog Ranch lies only a short distance from Skinwalker Ranch, another location wrapped in tales of the bizarre. Cattle mutilations, UFO sightings, poltergeist activity. Skinwalker has been the focus of intense media and scientific scrutiny for decades. For many, the proximity is more than coincidence. It feels like an echo, as though one mystery inspired the shaping of another. As if the region itself had become fertile ground for a new mythology, tailor-made for streaming platforms. There is a pattern in the show's progression that some find difficult to ignore. Each episode builds toward revelation, only to end in ambiguity. Caverns are breached, but never fully explored. Artifacts are found, but never authenticated. Metallic boxes are unearthed, yet never opened, at least not on camera. Time and again, viewers are led to the edge of certainty, only to be turned back.